What up, you guys? Welcome to the channel where we make StarCraft into one of the most epic ways to play, win, and get reactions from people. What is going on, you guys? Hope you guys are well and had a good weekend. Alright, so today we've got a pretty fun game. Troll Forecast. We're going to be doing 65 tanks, no siege mode. We're just going to rush into people's bases, walk right into it, and just get some fun reactions. And again, I'm not going to siege them. I'm not going to go attack until I've got about 65 tanks, even more. And we're just going to get some really fun reactions. It's going to be fun. Hopefully you guys stick around and check this one out. Alright, so on my team today, I've got a buddy over here. She's playing as Zerg over at 11 o'clock. I'm playing as Terran at 12 o'clock, obviously. And we've got 11 and 12, so it's going to be perfect. Our third is Scapegoat. He's actually pretty good. I'd say he's probably like a 5.5 out of 8. Very decent player. On the away team, we've got Rezuhu. He's okay. He's probably just... Hey guys, if you guys like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the fun troll plays we're going to do on players. Like this one. And this one. And of course, this one. And as always, guys, make sure to drop some thoughts, comments, or any fun ideas you guys may have. Alright guys, let's get back to the game. Slightly under 4 out of 8. We've got a Zerg over here, Barcode. Typically Barcode names are like Smurf names. You'll always find that people are smurfing, and most of the time, I'd say like 80% of the time, they're actually pretty decent. So this guy was probably like a 4.5 at the very least out of 8. Got this Protoss over here, Wukong, and he was okay. I'd say he's probably like a 4.5 out of 8 as well too. So overall game level is just hovering just slightly above 4. Not too crazy or anything, but it was still pretty fun to get the reactions. So total game time was about 21 minutes. I was able to get like 2 mass tank pushes inside their bases, and as soon as they saw like 65 tanks, they're just like, I'm out. So I did another 3 games where I was able to get 65 mass tank pushes, and those are pretty funny as well because they were just kind of witnessing, watching these tanks all come inside their base, and they're just, the funny thing was they were supposed to probably just leave at that point, but some of them stayed around. It just kind of I think they were just watching the troll happen on themselves as it was happening, so it was pretty funny. So I'm going to open up with a wall here. I told my ally, I said, go fast lair, get 6 Zerglings to help our ally down here because we are both Terrans, and he's going to, she's going to bring those Zerglings down here and just kind of leave them around the orbit of his base, just in case if they try to do like a pylon cannon creep, in which they actually did try, and so she cleared that up for him. And my ally Scapegoat down here, he's smart, he got the refinery so that they can't do a gas, because as soon as you get a gas into here, Zerglings can actually pop through, and there is a Zerg on their team, so that's why he did that. So he should be okay because there's Zerglings here, so that's really good. I got a bunker, got a wall here, and I told her to get a fast lair and get fast middleless. I don't think she does this often, so she's probably a little bit unused to this, but I think she should be okay with support that I'm going to give her. So they're trying to do an attack here. He should be okay. He's got 4 Marines. Doesn't even need a bunker right now because there are no pretty much shooting units. It's all just melee units. And then I'm going to go for a starport. We're going to do some harasses on one of them. Again, you guys know how this works. It's all about just reducing the unit count on the map, putting our team slightly ahead of the game, so then we can actually get to the troll plays. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're new to troll plays as well too, welcome to troll plays. This channel is all about epic troll plays. This game is not about, you know, ending games in 12 minutes where you're making like mass Marines, medics, and dragoons and zealots, and then you just fight, end the game, and then you kind of restart and do that. Obviously that's been done for 25 years. This game is more about like, how do we deceive players, create trickery, mind games, to making them think that they're currently winning the game so that they're motivated and staying in the game so we can actually get to the troll plays and execute it on them. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. Tanks are coming here. After I get those tanks, I'm probably not going to do too much, because if I do too much, in which they're not that good of players, they're probably going to leave, so it's a bit sensitive. So I'm just going to do probably like a few probe harasses. I'm not even going to drop them on the cliff. I'm just going to drop them just around the minerals. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to go for a fast expansion over here. And then also going to take 1 o'clock as well, because they're all at 9. There's a Protoss at 7, and there's another Protoss at 5 o'clock. So it's going to be a pretty sweet setup for all the positions for me to get a strong economy, so then we can get mass tanks. And you guys know, like, mass tanks, they're expensive. It's 150 minerals and 100 gas. So definitely don't want to, just be off of one base. So that's why I got to get like a dual expansion here. So I told my ally, I told her, I said, like, just go attack them, but don't kill them, just do harasses. And she actually she subscribes to the channel, so she knows like what I typically do, but she doesn't actually get to play with me often. So I hope that she's able to, like, obviously not scare them off, and then the game's gonna end here. So yeah, so she's a bit late on those mutas because the timing was a bit off here, but that's okay. we should be okay. This Zerg over here also got this expansion, so I'm just gonna give it to him. I'm just gonna let him build it because I want him to get much bigger, because these guys aren't that great, so at least maybe the Zerg can kind of carry them on the team here, so then they can be a bit stronger. So they've also got these cannons set up over here, so I think they're trying to contain this, our third ally over here, because he's going Marines and Medics. So typically when you've got like, you know, 5 cannons, it's, you know, most Terrans just decide to, like, it's not worth it, they're not going to break out, so they're probably going to have to invest into tanks, and so then it's going to allow these guys to, you know, to get like Stormers or Dark Templars into more of an advanced tech. First natural is done. This expansion at 1 o'clock is also done, so it's going to be great to have that full expansion over there so I can get like 5 gases. That's going to be really useful so that I can get mass siege tanks really quick. So my goal is to try to get 65 tanks, which is about 130 supply. So then we can actually get this this troll play executed here. Because typically, you know, I don't want them to die or even see the troll play itself before it's happening. In some cases, when they do see it, they just decide to leave. So I don't want them to witness that. All right, show you guys the tech tree. So we got the armors. They are upgrading. So +1 is almost done. By the time I get about 65 tanks, I'm going to be maxed out at 200/200, 199, whatever it is. And I'll probably have 2 +2 and +3 started upgrading. So the timing is just, you know, how slow these upgrades take. And so I wished, you know, by the time I actually got 65 tanks, I'd have +3, but still +2 is going to be pretty strong for us to get this troll play executed here. So I'm going to get just one Valkyrie, or sorry, a few Valkyries, because I know that this Zerg is going mass mutalisk. Just in case if, you know, my ally over here, she can't fight against it. I know mutalisk isn't her forte. So just want to make sure I can get just a few Valkyries here just to support her. So it might slow us down a little bit, but we should be okay. Getting some turrets around here as well. The risky thing, guys, is, you know, we are going like all ground. And so, you know, if they decide to go air or, you know, like a different type of counter unit, it's going to be pretty hard for us. So that's part of the risk. It's part of the risk of doing these troll plays, guys. So it's almost like doing a challenge here. So Ally is trying to set up. I think he's trying to do a push. He might get a tank out here. So I did give him 2 tanks, just in case if they, you know, try to push him. But luckily they didn't. So all right, I'm gonna get some SCVs over. So I picked up 8. I'll probably pick up a few more, just kind of transfer it over. I don't want to risk sending SCVs, transferring them down here, in case if they, you know, have an overlord, they see it, they're gonna rush in and kill the space here. So that's why. All right, so we'll get about like, I'm thinking like 10 factories. That should be good because we do have an extra base over here. So while this Terran's keeping them busy, which is great, I'm actually pretty fortunate and happy that he's a pretty good player. He's gonna keep them busy, so then they're gonna just, you know, keep throwing so many units at him, and he's just gonna absorb a lot of the hits. So it's gonna buy us time here for us to get these 65 tanks out. So yeah, so Ally at 11 o'clock, she's also helping him as well too here, so that's good. All right, so +1 was done, guys. So we got +2 coming. It's almost 60% here. And this Zerg is trying to harass me. I don't know why. I think he should be harassing or attacking the other team down there that's currently fighting. But yeah, maybe he wants to reduce kind of the amount of resources I've got here, because I'm probably getting pretty big. So all right, so time's currently at 12 minutes here. Let's check the food chart, guys. So I've got about 70 SCVs at 121/182 here. So we're just probably like 2 minutes behind here. Sorry, 2 minutes away from getting 200 food supply and 65 tanks. I set up a wall here, dropped off some tanks just in case if they came over here and buy me some time so I can go save it. All right, so we got these tanks coming here. Check the food chart. So we're at 151/200, so we're almost there. So they're doing some pretty nice damage down here. So they're controlling my ally down here. So it's like a 2 versus 3-ish, and so he's not able to kind of go out because he is going Marines and Medics. It's pretty weak against Protoss, and so he is having a bit of a hard time. This Zerg down here is going Mutalisk, and so he was attacking him as well. So I brought down the Valkyries just to push him away, so then he's going to be okay over here. So all right, so we're almost there, guys. We're at 188/200, so just a little bit more, and then we're going to do this push. And I'm thinking we're going to go 5 o'clock first, because he is by himself down here. He hasn't done too much, so he's probably a bit more stacked up in terms of units. So it's going to be pretty fun to do this on him. Protoss down here did a recall, so that's nice. He's teched up to recalls here, so that's pretty awesome. We're at about 15 minutes, so that means that he intended on getting techs and recalls at probably around like 12 minutes. So that's pretty early for, you know, average type players. So I'm pretty impressed by that. So it's gonna be pretty fun to do this massive 65 tank push on him here. All right, so I killed like the bunker, killed a couple buildings just to kind of clear the way. Now we're gonna start for this push. Tanks are so slow, guys. Like it takes forever for these things to just move around. So we're gonna have to wait around just so that we can get all these tanks out here. So all right, let's go to the middle. And Allie, he lost his command center. So these guys are pretty much like high morale right now. They're thinking they're going to win. I scanned to 5 o'clock and he's only got like a few units down here. He's got like maybe 1 or 2 stormers. So let's go see what he has. But I'm definitely going to dive in and target that one Templar first, so then he's not going to do a storm. So it looks like Protoss over at 7 o'clock is also trying to finish off 6 o'clock. So it's a good time for us to go and unleash these tanks. I'm going to dematrix the first tank coming in here. We're going to dive in, target that Templar. And now we're just going to push all the way in. No siege mode. I mean, he's probably kind of like, what the fuck? What are these tanks coming from? Like, and why are they just... Why is it just all tanks and why is he not sieging? And they're dying so quick. We're at +3 now. I waited around just a little bit so we can get that +3 finished. And now we're just gonna push all the way in. Like, we're just gonna... it looks so gangster, like it's so cocky and confident. We're just gonna push all the way in. This is hilarious. I mean, this is definitely not something I would do, but this is a troll play, guys, so it's just funny to watch. And these cannons are like just popping too. I'm actually pretty surprised how quick these cannons are popping. And it looks like Zerg is sending some Mutalisks here to try to help. And he doesn't even have +1 on attack, so it's going to be very hard for him to kill off my tanks here, because they are +3 on armor. They got the defaulted +1 on it as well, so it's +4. Some Dark Templates popping out here, and the Scourges took out my Science Vessel, and it's pretty much just air units kind of defending right now. So I'm going to scan, and these DTs can't even, the Dark Templars can't even run away because the siege mode, sorry, the non-siege mode attack is so quick in terms of attacks that and the range is pretty decent on tanks too, even though they're not siege. So it's pretty they can't even escape the range. All right, so this Protoss over at 7 o'clock, I don't even know if he witnessed what happened to his ally over here, but he's still in the game trying to fight 6 o'clock here. So next target, guys, let's go for the Zerg. All right, so over at my expansion here, I saw that Zerg is going like all air. So I made like 7 starports, and so we're just gonna get a few Valkyries here just to clear up the air units, and then we'll do that push. All right, let's go for the push, guys. We're just gonna rush right into his base. I'm just gonna only use siege mode or tanks here, no siege mode, no nothing. And so even if these tanks dies, like, it is what it is. We got Guardians attacking them, we've got Mutalisks attacking them, and these Guardians don't have +1, but they're doing some pretty good damage on these tanks here. So we're just going to rush in, kill off all the drones, kill off anything that we see here. And so this guy probably knows, he probably knows like, this is a troll play because there's no glass, there's no nothing. There's no other units as well, so... And looks like my ally, she sent some Zerglings over as well, and so yeah, we might even finish off this hive. But he's definitely going to kill off all the ground units that we have here. So I'm going to make probably a decent amount, maybe like 12 Valkyries here, so we can take out everything. And so he's probably a little bit upset because he's like, man, this guy's using only tanks. Who does he think he is? And so he's still in the game. So I'm thinking he wants to get some sort of revenge on me here, thinking that I'm not going to make any other units. But and my ally at 6 is also attacking his base, so we're going to finish him up here. And yeah, he's doing that counter on me. So he's thinking that like I've got nothing else, but I'm gonna send over these Valkyries and we'll finish off this game and we'll head over to the bonus clip. Welcome back to bonus clip number 2. So we are at 200 now. I'm over at 12 o'clock, and this Protoss over at 11, he's been contained by me the entire game, and so he's kind of trapped inside his base. Poor guy didn't even step outside of his base yet the entire game, and it's about like 15 minutes now, so I'm just going to finish him off. I've got 65 or plus tanks, maybe even 70 here. So we're going to finish him off here with 60 with all these mass tanks, and we're just going to kind of see what happens and what his reaction is, because I don't think he knows what I've got inside my base this entire game. So alright, let's unleash all the tanks. Cleared up that turret there. Game's almost coming to an end because my allies are finishing up everybody here, so he's the only one left. I'm going to go in with just one science vessel. I do have scan in case if it dies, but let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to send in all these tanks here. I got like 5 groups. And he was trying to do a drop on me. He's going to go for the counter drop now instead of trying to save his base. I've got tanks at home too, so it should be fine. But check this out. We're just going to send in all these tanks here. Alright, let's push through. Let's push through all these tanks. And he's still in the game. I'm thinking like he's just watching. He's watching this patrol play happen as it's happening on him, because he's probably never seen anything like it, so he's just sticking around to probably just witness this. So welcome back to bonus clip number 3. So I'm at almost 200 here, got about 65 tanks as well, and we've got pretty much the middle of the entire game, so I'm just setting it up. I'm just kind of sieging them off so that they don't come in, and then I'm going to unsiege everything, and we're just going to push all the way in. My ally's also doing a troll here as well, so he's got like a lot of hatcheries, he's got queens, he went all hydralist as well, and so he pretty much just finished off red, and he's still in the game with just the natural here, so my buddy's gonna finish him off with I think 100 hydralists here. And so I scanned 6 and 7, and they've got a few tanks, they got units at the choke set up here, so I've got 200 now, so we're gonna go ahead and do this siege tank push over here. I'm going to siege everything, going to clear off these turrets just so it's going to obstruct the pathway here for us to go through. Cleared those off. I've got about 4.5 groups here, so about 5, almost 5 tanks, 5 groups of tanks here. Alright, let's go for it, guys. Let's push all the way through. Oh, he's even got disruption web. So immediately I dived in, targeted those tanks first, and now we're just going to attack everything else. No siege mode. +2. Dark Templar attacking me, so I had to scan that. And now there's some cannons in here. I'm just going to dive through, so then all these tanks behind can also get some action, get some shots on those tanks, on those cannons as well. More Dark Templars coming here, and so he's thinking Dark Templars are going to save him, but definitely he can't be saved against 50 tanks now that we've got. Just going to dive in. Gonna make some more tanks back home here. There's some tanks here, so I'm like, I don't have that many tanks left, so I'm just gonna siege and target those tanks. And then I'll unsiege. So I lied, guys, there was a couple shots. I just want to kind of clear because there wasn't many tanks yet. It wouldn't look as nice if there weren't that many tanks, but... Alright, now we're gonna push in to his base here, finish him off. And he's still making Dark Templars. He's thinking Dark Templars are going to save him, but I've got so much scan. It's not going to do anything. Alright, we're just going to dive in, attack these cannons. These probably never had this happen to him before. I'd be shocked if it has. He's still using Disruption Web here, but I'm just going to move them. I'm just going to move the tanks around. I'm sending the tanks back at home down here as well. Bonus clip number 4. We're almost at 200. I've been sieging here, just kind of trying to save it so that I can get to 200. I didn't want to attack. I didn't want to contribute much because I wanted these 2 Zergs specifically to get really, really big. I wanted to see like Ultralists. I wanted to see like Zerglings, and hopefully we're going to see some here. And then when they have that and when I have 200, I was going to unleash it. So we're almost there. So I'm going to start kind of positioning myself here, setting out these tanks. And it looks like they're trying to launch an attack here. He said all tank. Oh yeah, there are some ultralists. So purple is getting some ultralists. And Javier, he saw it, so he's like, Javier, he saw it, and so he's like, I'm out. But this Zerg didn't want to give up. Alright, let's rush into his base here. Let's send all the tanks. Got a few more back at home as well. And these Zerglings are just popping. They're popping like popcorn. Yeah, and Nikon, he's done. He left. He saw it. He's like, yeah, Zerglings can't even do anything, and Ultralists take forever. Final bonus clip that we've got for mass tanks, no siege mode. I've got about almost 200, and looks like there's only one player left. It's Renatosis. He's like a 4 out of 8. He's pretty funny. His game level has kind of been the same for the past like 5 years that I've seen him around. And so we're gonna do this massive tank push, walk right into his base, and just get some fun reactions here. So all these tanks, we're gonna send them all inside his base. We're just gonna walk right in. This looks so gangster. There's so many tanks. Oh man, he's probably never had this happen to him before. Like, you know, he's gonna feel a little bit special. I'm scanning his base and I'm looking around. All of his units are pretty much concentrated in the middle here. So I'm just going to go around and we're just going to walk right inside his base. And I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to walk inside his base and just kind of show off all these 65 tanks. So I told my ally, I said, let's time it. He's going to go from the front. I'm going to go from the rear. Alright, we're going to walk right inside his base now. I'm not even really attacking much because I want to get all these tanks through. He's still kind of witnessing this. He was fascinated. So he's even setting SCVs to attack tanks. I don't even know why. Oh man. Alright, there you have it. I hope you guys got to enjoy this. This is actually something that I actually used to do in the day quite a bit with friends. It was just so funny to kind of see like so many tanks that were non-siege and how strong they were. Haven't done it in a while, but I figured like that's a pretty fun one that I kind of forgot about, so hopefully you guys got to enjoy it. Alright guys, drop some funny thoughts, memes, ideas, I love it. That's what makes this channel super fun. As well, make sure you guys check out all the different troll plays, all the different lists that we've got of how we can get funny reactions from players. If you're new as well too, guys, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all the action. Alright guys, I look forward to see you guys on the next one.